And I came to the UK to find a pub job, lived upstairs for 8 months. I was actually listening to a podcast, like scrubbing the teak, the deck of this massive multi-million yacht that I was working on. That is a big turning point for me, taking the step and starting my own business. I'm free, like I can do what I want. I can technically wake up when I want to.
It's a crazy story. Come from South Africa, on your ones, don't really know anyone. There's something in there that is powerful.
So yeah, I've had like literally sleepless nights, work throughout the night to like get it all perfect. It's not passive, unless...
Camden, when I tell you I have not utilised the academy.
Really, at all there?
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen you at the dinners or...
Not at all.
It's tough, man. It is tough. But you've got a full-time job, hey?
Full-time job, and then also I've got this as well.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. You've got a lot going on.
Because it's changed so often. Started off with deal sourcing. Was like, I don't want to do that.
Wow.
I actually started with rent-to-rents. Didn't want to do rent-to-rents. I was like, I feel like in the Salmon Rose community, everyone does rent-to-rents.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone
and
thing.
You can
Unless you got cash, and then you can kind of jump it.
Yeah. And that's where I felt myself being in that. I don't want to do rent-to-rent. I don't really want to do deal sourcing. So I'd rather just, what my strategy is now is I just want to raise investor finance. Basically do what Narelle does.
Yeah.
Like, why should I put so much effort into doing a deal sourcing when if I just put in a little bit more extra effort, make them become trustworthy, and then try to get them to invest in me rather than selling it on.
Yeah. I think that you build the trust by selling deals. And the people you sell deals to with all the money, then when you're raising finance, they're like, oh, here's 100K. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hard to say like, and put like 100K in a deal for me when I haven't got case studies of properties I've found, sourced, project managed, and like gone through the whole route. But that's just how I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's and in London, 100. What's 100K going to get you?
Yeah, true. You should be looking at like 1 to 2 bed conversions here, like lease extensions, like what Elijah's doing. You've just got to like think demographically, like what can you get into here? You know what I mean? It's buying a 1 bed flat with a separate kitchen and then putting the kitchen into the lounge, making it an open plan, and then adding a bedroom. You know what I mean? That adds a shit ton of value.
Yeah. How much has the academy changed your life?
It's hard. I think it has a lot. It's not changed my life. It's just changed my mindset, I think.
Your perspective. Yeah.
Like I had a beautiful life. Like I'm as happy now than I was, 2 years ago before I started getting into property. But I love the community. Like I'm a big people's person, and like it's given me a community here in the UK. It really has.
I think that's what he's created. He's created something great.
Exactly.
So you do rent-to-rents, right?
I'm doing rent-to-rents. I've got 4 at the moment. I own one of them though, but the company's renting it. My company's renting it, more tax efficient. Yeah. But no, I'm just focusing on deal sourcing right now. And I sold 5 rent-to-rent deals last month. Made some good cash there. And now I'm just focusing on BRRs and flips because again, I'm going to be at that point where I'm raising the finance myself. Yeah. I just need to start getting some deals over the line. So in the Southeast, it's tricky because you need a lot of money.
And you're doing it in Brighton, aren't you? Most of your things.
Brighton, that's most of my rent-to-rents there. I've got like a little community going on there. Just like Tunbridge Wells, Maidstone, like the whole of Kent really. I'm going to be searching around there.
Do you prefer rent-to-rents or deal sourcing? Because they both have a lot of moving parts.
So deal sourcing, they're so different to be honest. You know what I mean? Like but the thing is, when I sell a rent-to-rent deal, I always provide so much aftercare and help them get it online to the OTAs and set it up with the channel manager, and then help them optimize the listing. Like I put too much effort in. So it's not worth the 3K that I'm getting paid because I'm spending another 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours with them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just in me as a person. Like I can't stop. Like I've been painting investors' properties. I've been furnishing it for them. So I just want to step away from that. I want to just focus on where the real money is. I think I haven't been focused enough. So I'm just putting all the distractions behind me, which I define as like focus. It's not how much work you put in, it's how much stuff you cut out.
Yeah. Are you a process person?
I'm not at all. No. And Gregory Abongo is on the academy. He's a good friend of mine now. He actually he was the first investor that bought a rent to rent from me.
Okay.
We've got a great connection, and he's very process driven. Like before he does anything, he spends 1 week like mapping it out, you know, putting it through his, you know, like recording everything and figuring out, you know, like the best systems and stuff to kind of go ahead. So he's taught me a lot. He still is, you know what I mean? Because I just do something without thinking about it.
Yeah, it's important, especially in property. Like I feel like you need to be quite process driven.
Yeah.
Not by yourself. Like if you have someone that you're working with, like in your case, that's fine. But if you're going alone, I think for me, I wouldn't be able to work like that because I'm in sales, right? And in sales, I think it's a great way for you to find out how you actually work in the sense that I need a spreadsheet of like all my accounts with notes and all that stuff. I can't just pick up the phones and call. I need to know. I need to visually see it, right?
It's true.
But I appreciate that some people don't. The person that I work with, he can just pick up the phone and go. Doesn't need the spreadsheets.
Yeah.
So it really teaches you.
Remind me what sales you're in?
So I'm in B2B sales.
Okay, business to business.
So it's basically lead generation.
Okay,
right?
cool.
So we have a set of accounts. I reach out, say you're my persona. In this case, it would be an investor. I reach out to you. I try sell you, not even sell you. I try booking a meeting for you to meet with my sales rep who will take you through the demo, blah, blah.
Okay.
But one thing I wanted to ask you, Cam.
Yes.
If you could describe your journey in 3 words.
My life journey?
Yeah, let's do life journey. It doesn't have to necessarily be property. It could be life journey. In 3 words,
the
what would
life
you say?
journey, resilient.
Okay.
First one. Blessed. Second one. And just fun. I just try to enjoy my life, you know, cause a bit of trouble here and there and just make the most out of any situation, really.
Yeah. Let's break it down. Resilience. What made you say that?
So, yeah, like I say that as the first thing because in my younger years, I got separated from my mom and dad.
Okay.
So my siblings, 3 years, sister is 3 years older than me, brother that's 7 years younger. So I'm the middle child. I think I was in grade 8. I was about like 13, 14 years old. And like the house environment and stuff was a bit bad. And like there was a lot of drinking and like abusive behavior, like with between the parents. Unfortunately, my mom had to sadly deal with that. And yeah, one day like I just had social workers come to my school and they're like, "Hey, you're going to go live with your gran now." And I think I was happy with it. You know, I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, it doesn't faze me. I think because it was so bad for so long, I was so separate from the parents and like I was always out doing my own thing. Like my parents weren't around really. So I was like skateboarding in South Africa and surfing. Well, back then I wasn't surfing, but I was just out the house, just trying to get out the house. And thankfully I had like such a good group of friends that helped me a lot, you know, indirectly by, you know, just having a safe second home somewhere. But yeah, so that's the resilient side in a sense. And like everything that I've done in my life, like I've pretty much done alone. You know, didn't get financial help or anything. Had to work hard, man. Had to work really hard. But you know, like it's through those struggles and those tough times that sculpt you as a person.
Yeah.
So like that's why.
And what would you say is like the biggest kind of lesson that you learned in that period? Like how old were you when that was happening? So
about like, yeah, from 13 to, the drama like from ages ago, but.
And was that in South Africa? Or
that was in South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Like what would you say is, what did you learn through that process? Obviously now that you're older, maybe when you look back and you think, oh, you became a certain person in that period, right? What was that lesson that you learned or you can take away from it now that you're older? I
can try to think of a couple. Like the number one thing for me personally, like learning from others' mistakes. Like I saw my dad mess up, I saw my mom mess up, like, you know, with alcohol and like just controlling themselves. And like a lot of my friends and like their families, like everyone and my gran who I lived with, like they're always a bit worried because I think if you come from an alcoholic family, I think like the kids have like a 70% chance of like being addicted to something.
Okay.
So yeah, like I always just said, I said like, I'm never going to drink, like I'm never going to do anything like that. And I drink a little bit here and there. Like not a big drinker, but yeah, like learning from their mistakes really. But when I think about like the bad times, like it's I need to really think deep to like remember those, because I think as a child, like I've just blocked them out, and I've just got, when I think about my childhood, I just think about the good things. And like my dad taught me like so many good morals. He's friends with everyone, you know what I mean? Like you can meet a guy on the street and next minute he's in the house having dinner. So yeah, I think just being friendly with people and, you know, not judging others and their situations, because everyone's going through different things.
Yeah, you don't know what everyone's going through, right?
Exactly.
I think it's so important to not judge a book by its cover. I had a guest on kind of a similar situation, abuse and all that stuff, like really bad abuse.
Wow.
But you look at him and you wouldn't think, because he's doing so well, right? But I feel like everyone has their own problems, and that's okay, because we're all human at the end of the day, right? You said blessed. What made you say blessed?
So again, like I think like, well, where I am now, like I'm Christian, and there's just been points and parts of my life where like I can't really explain like the doors that opened and the opportunities that have come my way. And like, yeah, like I think being born in a day and age that we are in now, and like, you know, in South Africa, and being able to come to the UK because my dad's got a English passport. Like I know so many of my family members back home that are earning like the minimum wage in South Africa, and it's like £1 an hour. Like it equates to that amount.
Yeah.
But yeah, just blessed as in like, I always look on the brighter side of life. And I think that like I wouldn't change my past, and I wouldn't change anything now. Like, you know, I'm very happy to be where I am. And I just think like, yeah, I've been blessed with an amazing family nonetheless, like my sister and brother, because of all that drama. I think we're so close. I'm very close with my mom now, which is amazing. And you know, some people have a perfect family with no issues, but they don't get along and they don't chat, and they, you know what I mean? So like,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I just think I'm in a very good spot.
It's made you who you are today, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's made you who you are today, and you should be proud of that. I don't think you should ever look at what happened in the past and think, like it's made you who you are, right? What was it like growing up in South Africa?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, just young, wild and free. Like, I think because like, again, like the parents went around, so I was just left to my own devices. You know, I could do what I wanted to. It's dangerous. It's getting worse now because
really? Is that the whole of South Africa or just certain areas?
So I'm from Cape Town. So it's like there's like two capitals of South Africa. There's Johannesburg, and then there's Cape Town. Okay. But it's gorgeous. Like the weather's amazing, the beaches, the nature. Like I'm a big nature person. I love my hikes. I just love being in the forest, not in the forest, but on the mountains and in the, you know, just in the wilderness. But like it's tough. Like if you're in the wrong corner at the wrong time, like things can go wrong. Yeah. Like multiple house break-ins. My mom's had like a gun pointed at her head. People have broken into my house. Like my friend's dad's been stabbed with a screwdriver. Oh wow. Like murder and things are. It's just a way of life there. But like as a kid, when you grow up through that, you don't even think it's like a thing to talk about because it's just everywhere. You know, we always hear like I've had friends, you know, being killed, and you know, it's just it's strange to think about it and talk about it, but it was unique. Like it's so beautiful, so perfect. Like I would live there. I really would. But yeah, you've got that the dark side as well.
When did you move to the UK?
So I first moved to the UK when I was 19 years old, and I came to the UK to find a pub job and save up some cash.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so that was I'm 27 now, so what is that? 8 years. That was my first time. Came over on a flight. My luggage got lost, so I just had a backpack and like one set of clothes. Didn't have a lot of money. Ended up in like in a Hammersmith hostel, which cost me like £20 a night or something. And I ended up just getting a job in the area where my luggage got delivered to, which was my friend's parents' house in Weybridge in Surrey. So I worked here, made some really cool friends, worked in a pub, lived upstairs for 8 months, and then I went home to do my yacht courses. And then I've started working on luxury yachts for the last 6 years. And every time I had a bit of holiday, I'd come back here because I think my sister was around here and I had some friends. So I came back and forth like once a year, I'd say.
Yeah.
Once every year and a half.
And that kind of leads me to my next question. 16-year-old Cam, where was he heading? Like, what was his goals? Did he think that he was going to move to the UK? Like, what was his goals? Where was he heading? What was his plan?
Definitely not. I had zero plans. But I knew like, I was just in the environment where like, I just loved where like my friends and my family and like my environment was so amazing. I didn't really think about my future. I actually got expelled from school when I was 16.
Oh wow, so you were a bit of a naughty kid?
I was a bit of a naughty kid. So, and that was like a tough time for me for sure.
Yeah.
But I got back on track. I ended up going to school with like where my best friends went to. It was kind of like a college, which was like a godsend for me because, I just like excelled there rather than my old school, which was very strict and stuff. But yeah, I had no. I always thought I was good at selling stuff. Like I was always buying skating stuff or like getting given stuff from sponsors, and I was like wheeling and dealing. But I had no dreams really. Like I just knew that everything would. I never had any dreams, but I didn't have any worries. You know, I was just taking it as it came. To be fair, which is a little bit strange to think about.
No, I think most people are in that limbo phase. They're just walking through life, tiptoeing to death, as they say, right?
Exactly.
At what point would you say your mindset shift? Like to think, I want to be a bit more. I want to make more of myself. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to make more money. Like at what point did that shift?
I think, like books and education do come into it. Like I think listening and reading to the good Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
Of course, everyone mentions it. Like that was, to me, like that opened my eyes, and it's the first time I actually thought about working for myself. I was actually listening to a podcast, like scrubbing the teak, like the deck of this massive, like multi-million yacht that I was working on. And I was like, fuck, do I really want to be doing this forever? Like working for these people, making them super rich by just like being away from my family, being away from my friends for 6 months at a time, working 12-hour shifts. So that is a big turning point for me, personally.
And you were getting paid peanuts, I assume?
To be fair, no, we were getting paid really well.
Yeah,
to be fair.
okay.
That's why I did it for 6 years. Yeah, like, I think I was getting paid. My last job, I was getting paid like $4 or $5 grand a month. You don't have to pay tax.
Oh wow.
Because you're out the country for more than 6 months of the year. So the money was really good. Like I know a lot of yachties that just invest in property. They keep on working and they just throw money in property. And that was my plan. I bought my first house when I was 23 or like 24, 25. And that is the goal. I was planning to just work on the yachts, buy a property, work on the yachts, keep on buying. But because that first property didn't go so well, because I was overseas, I couldn't oversee it and project manage it. I was like, no, like the next one I do, I need to be on the ground.
Did you ever think about selling yachts?
Selling yachts, brokering yachts.
Yeah, like brokering yachts.
A few people said that I should try it. Because I'm quite a people's person. I love, building relationships. I know a handful of them and they earn some good cash, like you just in your network and be in that environment, like Monaco, Antibes, Palma. And then there's also like charter brokering, which is very cool. So like you find guests and rich people that want like a holiday for 10 days on a yacht. And then they say, I want to go to like Antigua and then somewhere here in the Bahamas, and like, then you find a yacht that will accommodate them and you can kind of sell. And the money's really good there. But again, like I suppose unless I'm working for myself, you know what I mean? Like there's not as much freedom. But I thought about it a little bit, but I just chose property really.
Yeah. At what point, so you said that you were in property since 23. Has that always been the case? Like, have you always been it, or has it always been in, out?
No, it is in out for sure. Like, I bought my first place and that was a nightmare. And that's when I actually started to get like further training. And I took the next step towards, getting educated and, knowing how to do things correctly regarding property.
Yeah. And Cam, what would you say? Don't be humble about this. What would you say is like your biggest success so far for you? Like, what's one thing that you're really proud of that you've done? Because it's an amazing story, right?
Yeah.
It's a crazy story. Come from South Africa, on your ones, don't really know anyone. Like, there's something in there that is powerful.
I don't know, like I'm a very money-driven person. I really am. Like I worked on the yachts away from the family and friends. Can't have really relationships on the yachts as well because it's just chaos.
Yeah.
I did that not because I loved it, but for the cash because the money was good. But I think I'm most proud of like taking the step and starting my own business. Like that is a big point because I had such a good plan A. There's like work on the yachts. I could have been a captain, like office of the watch by now and be earning really good money. You work 3 months, you're off 3 months, you get paid throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
So like I had such a good and safe plan. Like I had good references, like everyone loved me in the yachting industry. But it wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted because you can't have a family, you can't, keep many relationships like that. So I think taking the leap and just starting on the business, I'm not saying the business it's doing really well right now. Like last month was the most profitable month, but it's hard work. But I'm free. Like I can do what I want. I can technically wake up when I want to. So I think just taking that leap of faith because a lot of people don't do it. Like they don't try. And I knew, thankfully, like if it all failed and went tits up, I can get another job within a week on a yacht earning good money. So I had a good safety netting. But for me, I think just taking that leap, I'm most proud of that.
Yeah. I think too many, like you said, too many people are scared to take that leap of faith where if you're in a job and you stop working to then set up a business and the business fails, you can just go back. If you were good at what you did,
yeah, exactly.
right, you can just go back to your job. For me, I'm in sales. I would like to say I'm a good salesman, right? I've got the numbers to back it.
Yeah.
So if I was to stop doing sales, start a business and it failed, I can just go back into sales, right? But it's hard. I think a lot of people think that they can stop their job thinking that being an entrepreneur is just like, oh, I can wake up on the beach, have cocktails. No, it's not like that, right?
I learned it the hard way, to be honest. Yeah,
it's longer days than a normal 9 to 5, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you mentioned you learned it the hard way. Like, did you have that same interpretation?
For sure. I was like, I'm in the Sammy Leeds Academy and like I've got all the mentors, I've got all the knowledge.
You think
and
it's just
I
going
was
to come
like,
to
I'm
you?
going to boom, rent to rent and fire. It took me 6 months to get my first rent to rent. And by then I was technically full-time in property. Like I'd quit my job. I even told my girlfriend, like, you're not going to have to work for long because she's working out, like paying the rent and stuff. Which is amazing because again, like I wouldn't be able to put all my time into the property and into the business. But yeah, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder than people think. A lot more sacrifices. Like, do you want to watch Netflix or do you want to call 10 agents and look at Rightmove? So yeah, it's like just how uncomfortable you're able to put yourself like in an uncomfortable situation for an extended amount of time, like kind of defines your success, I think.
And what's the biggest lesson that you've kind of learned in taking that leap of faith?
From the business startup, or
I would say from stopping your yacht job to then thinking, I want to do my own thing.
It just takes time, and you can't do it alone. It's in life, like you need relationships, like you need people to help you. If it's investors, if it's mentors, if it's the landlord who's trying to rent out their property, like you need to be a relationship builder. You need to have good interpersonal relationships skills. So I would just say, it takes longer than you think, but you can't do it alone, like unless you're just some crazy god that
Did you try to do it alone? Or you were always like, nah, I need to get help?
I try to do it alone. Because like I did one course, it's like a £2,000 course, and I thought, like, cool, I'm going to be doing this rent-to-rent business and it's going to fly. And then after 1 year, I only had one rent-to-rent that was doing well, and I was like, actually, if I got help from people that have done this and have got a lot more experience than me, I believe I'll be like 10 steps ahead. So then, I ended up just paying for more advanced training, really. And since then, it's just been
Snowball.
You know, like, yeah, once you're in that community of as well, and you see people winning, you know, like, you don't want to be losing if your best friend's winning. You know what I mean? So it pushes you to make those extra calls.
Yeah, no, I agree. So you said you're a Christian, right? I want to go back to that. Do you practice faith, or how do you practice faith?
It's true. So I'm not a very strict Christian. Like,
That's fine.
My whole family is, my sister, mom, brother, and my dad. But I'm probably like the black sheep, really. Like, I go through phases. Like, every night I pray every night, like before I go to sleep. I do want to get into the habit of, like, you know, praying and like just giving thanks and stuff in the morning and throughout the days, and just being more present. But no, I don't go to church much at all.
Yeah.
But I'm a believer. You know what I mean? I'm not like a preacher, or you know, I'm happy with all religions. You know, everyone's. I believe that there's one God, and like all of the other religions, it's like different languages. You know, it's speaking the same thing, but you know, there's one higher power. If that's the universe, if it's God, it's like Himself. You know, I suppose we're never going to know until.
No, I agree.
Over.
I feel like name it what you want. If you want to call it God, the universe, the higher power, but believe in something. Believe in that there is this energy. Do you practice like meditation and stuff? Are you into that?
My sister got me into meditating quite a while ago, but I don't. Like, I did it a few times. I would like to try it out again. Like, I'm more like into like yoga and like just stretching and working out. Like, you know, like my body feels good, my mind feels great. But I do have like ADHD, and my mind's constantly ticking. Like, while we're chatting now, I'm thinking what work I need to be doing when I get home. You know, it doesn't stop. And it's very hard to be present, like, especially when my girlfriend's around, because I'm just thinking about work and life and what's next. And she's kind of the opposite. She's like, no, relax, put your phone down, which is amazing, because she pulls me down to be level. So, you know, I'm eternally grateful to have her.
Yeah. Are you someone that, because I've got a lot of people that are successful, and then I ask them, do you write down your goals and stuff? Are you someone that does that, like writes their goals, has a vision board, does affirmations, or are you someone that's just does it?
Throughout life. So yeah, like when small bits, not very strict. Like, I've got a vision board at home. You know, it's got the Lamborghini Urus and the big house and the ski holidays and stuff. But again, like, that is a recent thing. I got that up a couple months ago. I think a lot of my goals are internal. Like, I know what I want to do, but I do believe in, like, you know, you've got to tell yourself, you know, like when I was a kid, like when I was going through hard times and stuff, and in the morning, like, my alarm clock was Started From the Bottom, Now We're Here by Drake.
Yeah, okay, nice.
And I'll just like get into my zone and like just believe like we're at the bottom now, but we're going to get there. But yeah, I do think that, you know, visualizing it and talking it into existence, you know, anything, you know, if you're in a bad spot, ask for help, like visualize yourself out of the issue and out of the problem. And yeah, you know, something's going to come from that.
How often does negative and that inner voice get to you?
Hardly ever, to be honest. I'm very lucky. Like, I think I've been anxious like 3 times in my life, and that was just very like weird and random times. But yeah, like the inner, no, I think I can do it. I believe in myself. Like, I just get upset with myself that I haven't done it yet. You know, I'm like, hey, like, you need to just come on, put your head down. Like, I believe I'm at like 5% right now. I've got about 95% to go in like in my business and in my life and where I want to be. But no, like, I think I've been in environments with my family and friends that they've all been so encouraging. Like, I don't think I've ever had someone turn around to me and say like, oh, like, you're starting a business, like, or you're getting into property, or you're doing a course, like be careful. Like, I've just been blessed. That's why I'm saying blessed as well. Like, everyone's just, you know, helped me in some way. So no, I'm very lucky.
So like, if a negative thought comes into your mind, do you let it get to you, or you're very good at deflecting it, rejecting it? I'm a logical thinker.
Okay. Like, and I just if you think like, if a negative thought comes into my mind, like sometimes I'm late for work or like coming to this podcast, if I was running late, like I would be stressed, I would be foot on the gas and stuff. But recently, over the last couple of years, I think maybe because of the challenges through, you know, and how much longer the property takes, you know, and starting a business and taking that leap, I've just been like, you know, I'm breathing, I'm safe, you know, haven't been in a car crash, like relax, you know what I mean? Like you are where you are meant to be always. So no, like I suppose I'm very good at deflecting negative thoughts that come into my mind, but I can't remember the last time I had a negative thought, to be honest.
Wow, that's really good, because so many people will fail or stop something because they allow that negative thought to get into them and take over their life, right? But what people need to realize, and you're a very good example, is it takes the same amount of energy to think a positive thought than it is a negative thought. I'm not saying it's easy to just switch the two, because it is difficult. It is a skill to be able to do that. And I think I'm very big on like mindset. It's all about Bob Proctor and accepting the positive thoughts and rejecting the negative ones, because the ones that you accept ultimately manifest into your life, right? And it always starts with the thought, not the result. People look at their bank account and say, I can't start a business. They're looking at the result. If you just change it and say, I can start a business, and feel all that emotion, I can see the business, I can see myself having 6 rent-to-rents, blah, 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 then that changes your actions, which will change the result, right? So many people look at the result, just change the thought. Yeah.
It's like, I don't, you know, Gary Economics, I'm sure you.
Yes.
That
he's getting a lot of controversy at the moment. He gets a lot of hate and love at the same time.
Yeah, like I watched his podcast with Stephen Bartlett. I don't know the other guy, like he's the pro entrepreneur and, you know, starting a business. And I love his mindset, like over Gary's like so much, because you can't just accept that you're in this position and you can't do anything about it. Like you need to take, you know, responsibility. Like my sister, I often get into arguments with my sister. She's studying psychology. She's in like a final year. You know, but she's studying, so she knows the human brain and, you know, chemistry and like how everything works and the signals. But like she's anxious. She's always overthinking things quite often. You know, she does like impulse decisions without, sorry if you listen to this sister, but, and like, again, like she's not earning a lot of money because she's a full-time student. She's working kind of full-time as well. So it's very hard. And she's always complaining and she's just looking at the negatives. And I'm like, you've got the power to get another job or like find a higher paying job and, you know, maybe don't get straight A's, maybe settle for B's and have a few hours off a day. And you know what I mean? Like, I think like I'm not going to say it's a woman's perspective at all, because everyone's different, but like from her perspective and my perspective, like I'm very money driven and focused on that. I think she's more like comfortable driven and like, you know, she just worries too much.
Yeah, worry evidently leads to anxiety, which will evidently lead to depression. I mean, my views on depression is a bit different. I don't really believe in the diagnosis.
Well, how do you believe in it?
I feel like it's all situational. I feel like you have the ability to change the situation that you're in by changing the thoughts that you possess in your mind. I understand that people sometimes struggle to battle with negative thoughts. I know that's a thing because we all battle it. I feel like some people just have a harder time trying to reject those thoughts. I don't believe in medication. I don't believe that a drug can heal you from something that you can change internally.
I agree with that. I don't think it can heal you. It just stops it and prolongs it. You know what I mean? It blurs it for a while. Yeah. And you think it's because my dad, he's on loads of meds and even my sister, she takes like anti-anxiety medication and stuff. And I'm like, there's so many natural ways, like just having a workout and being, you know, like getting those natural endorphins, which inevitably leads to you feeling better and, you know, more positive. It's like, you know, start at the ground, like start like where the cavemen used to be, like they had no medicine. Yeah. You know, like it was physical and it was within themselves and like maybe natural stuff here and there.
No, I agree. I feel like you need to really work on your mindset and that's why it's so important. But also speak to people. I think us as men, we don't speak to people about it. And I think that's why the rates of depression, I don't know, don't quote me on this, is higher than women.
Yeah, and suicide.
Yeah, because we don't talk about it. I'm not saying that people with depression have any issues, but work on your mind.
Mm.
Work on ways to understand the mind, right? I feel like people don't understand how the mind actually works in terms of the rejection of negative thoughts and acceptance of positive ones. And yeah, I just don't believe of a drug can heal you. Because I've had an experience where my friend suffered from depression, in quotation marks. They put him on antidepressants, and one of the side effects was suicidal thoughts. And he actually tried to commit. Thankfully, he's still here.
Yeah, thankfully.
Right? But it's like, how can you give a drug that's meant to be prescribed as antidepressant?
And the side effect is this. Yeah.
Suicide, right? So after that, I'm just like, no, I don't believe in this stuff. So
yeah, it's difficult. Like, also like bipolar is also very, like, my dad's like got crazy bipolar, and like he goes through manic highs where he thinks he's the best businessman in the world and he can do whatever he wants, you know, and like he's like friendly and blah 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 blah, and then he goes like 6 months of like a deep depression, and he can't leave his bed, you know, like he's like bedbound and he's stuck in his head, and he's telling me like I'm fighting demons, and you know what I mean. So like, yeah, like I'm just blessed to like not be in that situation, you know. Like I do feel for anyone that's going through hard times.
Yeah.
But again, like it's like your lifestyle, and it's you know, a lot of small things add up to make a larger difference.
Going to the gym, speaking to people, eating healthy. It's important. It is important. I want to do some accountability with you, Camden.
Cool.
So I feel like this is another thing. We don't ask ourselves these two questions enough. What's one thing that I'm doing really well that I should continue to do? And what's one thing that I need to do in order to improve? So what's one thing that Camden is not doing so well? Maybe it's the systems, maybe it's the processes.
100%.
But what is one thing that you need to work on that will make you a better partner, better business person, better entrepreneur?
I believe I need to listen more.
Okay.
You know, I'm not a good listener. Sometimes I don't know what's in me. Sometimes like a friend or a girlfriend or someone's talking to me, and like my mind just like, and I have to say, oh, sorry, what is that?
You shift, yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like I mentioned it the other day to Gregory. So I need to learn how to listen more. I need to learn how to just calm down a bit, take things slow. But yeah, like definitely like business wise, like just systems.
Yeah.
And you know, being organized. I'm so unorganized. Like my day, I need structure. So yeah, I think ChatGPT is gonna help me with that. Hopefully,
I mean, AI first, right? I'm all about it. On the topic of focusing, right? What you should do, just do it for 5 minutes. Put a dot on the wall or a whiteboard and just stare at it. Every time you look at it and it gets a bit fuzzy or you lose focus, look back at the point. And do that every day for 2 minutes, right? And you'll soon realize that when you're having conversations, you're starting to actually listen because you're practicing willpower. That's willpower, right? It's the ability to focus. So if you're staring at a dot, right, it's boring.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're staring at it and you're becoming so good at, this is not getting blurry, I'm going to focus on this part and nothing else, everything just cancels out. So me and you having this conversation, imagine I'm the dot and you're just listening.
That's what
I'm the dot and you're just listening to me, right?
Yeah.
Soon,
I will try that.
and also meditation. Of course, meditation is very helpful. But on the flip side, what's one thing Camden's doing really well? That's a habit.
Yeah.
Could be the boxing, whatever. What is it?
Doing well is just helping people as much as I can, really. And yeah, being there, like if a friend's struggling or, you know, a business person, you know, is needing some advice with some property stuff. And just building relationships, I think, in life, like, as I said, like with business as well, but in life, like relationships are everything. So I think, yeah, like being young and having so many friends and just having so much freedom, like I met so many people, and it's in South Africa, like everyone is so friendly. Here in the UK, like I'm busy running past like an old couple and I'm like, hey, they're like, whoa, who are you? You know, I mean, like the East Sussex or Kent, like such nice areas.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to try and mug them or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I was just very lucky to have so many friends and be in that environment. So like, I think, yeah, without connections in life, you know, life is worthless.
What's one habit that you're doing that's really well, that's really helping you at the moment? Is it going to the gym? Is it your eating? Like, what is that one habit?
So I'm a vegan.
Okay.
I don't know if that's helping me technically, but
Were
I know.
were you always a vegan?
No, I went vegetarian for like 5, 6 years.
You told me this. Yeah, I remember at the
and then there was like a small stage of pescatarian.
Yeah.
But maybe that gives me more energy. Like I think because it's been so long now, I can't really compare the two.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to try eat meat anymore.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing, a habit, right?
A habit, yeah. You're going to the boxing?
Yeah, I go to the boxing. I wouldn't say that's a habit though.
No, you're on and off?
I'm more on and off, but yeah, it's a long way away.
Like something personal. What's something that you're doing? Is it waking up at the same time every day? Is it going to bed at the same time?
I don't know if I have any good any habits really, because everything's so different. Like if I'm out at a networking event late at night, then I'm sleeping in, you know, and then if I'm doing this, I think maybe like a habit for me is like creating content, posting, getting myself out there. You know, I don't really think about it anymore.
You just do it.
I just do it. So, and you know, a lot of business has come from it, and I've built a lot of good relationships. So I think that to me, maybe that would be the one.
Yeah, no, you should definitely think about like habits, right? I think they're so important in terms of becoming a champion. I feel like, I'm not saying you need this crazy morning routine, right? But you definitely need things that you do every day.
Your non-negotiables. Yeah.
Yeah, that are your non-negotiables. At one point, mine was like cold showers. But I couldn't keep up with that. I've stopped. I need to get back on it.
Yeah.
But like
I used to do the ice
you used to do the exactly. What
my
happened to
thing's
that?
broken down. It's in the garden.
No, come on, Camden. Yeah, it's important habits. It keeps you grounded. Do you have any regrets?
Do I have any life regrets? I do have one regret that actually I was thinking about you on the way up. And it's a bit deep. Fuck. Sorry.
It's all right.
Oof, let me just think about this.
No worries.
So I was thinking like on the way up here, I was like, I'm very blessed in a sense that like I haven't lost anyone like very close to me or like in my family or, you know what I mean? Like close friends. But one of my mates, Jono, his name's Jono. We weren't extremely close, but we went to school together. And like, you know, I think like 3 days before he passed, we were in Spain on the beach or in Palma de Mallorca, playing frisbee, having a good time. And we were both there like to try to get yacht jobs. We've done a bit of work together in the past. And like 3 days later, he went on this big hike in Spain. Like he fell off a cliff and he passed.
No.
And they had like a memorial planned. And I got like a job offer at the exact same time. And then like I remember a phone call to the captain saying like, hey, like, are you still happy to come out on this day? You know what I mean? And I think I could have said like, no, like I've got a memorial to kind of attend. And I think I was just so scared about being there because I've never had to kind of do that stuff. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I ended up just like taking the job instead of, you know, just trying to push back. And I do regret not just asking, you know, because I'll never know now, like, if I could have been there. Really.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's all good.
I didn't mean that question. No, it's okay. From that situation, that unfortunate situation, what did you take from that situation?
From Jono passing?
And the whole situation of saying yes to it and now it affecting you like this, right? Has it taught you to be more grateful and just, if there is a situation like that is important and it's work, no, I'm doing this. Has that what it's taught you? I
think, that's pretty much nail on the head because again, like I'm not no longer in the yachting industry. Like, you know, I'm not going to be working on those yachts, you know? So again, like if you can choose relationships or family over, like I missed my brother's 18th birthday, which was also horrible. Cause you know, he's my everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like choosing family first really, because your job doesn't care about you. You could die tomorrow and they'll just employ someone else. But yeah, just being more grateful and spending more time together, like, and just having fun. Like, you know, 3 days before he passed, we were on the beach having a good time, and it could just get taken away like that. Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so important to just live life like it's your last, really, like literally, because you don't know when your last time is. If you want to message that person that you haven't spoken to in a month, message them. If you want to start that business. Don't wait for no time, because you don't know when your time will end, right? And just be grateful for the people that are around you, because you don't know when their last day is. I don't know when my last day is. I don't know when your last day is, right? So you really have to be grateful with who's around you, and tell your friends that you love them. Tell your mum that you love them. Tell your family that you love them, because you just don't know. So it's an unfortunate situation. It's unfortunate, and don't beat yourself up about it, because it happens, right? This stuff happens. I know it probably eats you up inside, but just know he's watching you and he's proud of you, Camden, right? All you can do is, when you're doing things, just have him in your mind. You're doing it for him. Like, he's watching you. He's proud of you, right?
For sure. No, I do feel that. I do take that from the whole thing as well.
Yeah. And reach out. You know, I'm here for you, my friend. But moving on. Advice. What advice would you give to someone that wants to get into property, potentially wants to do some rent to rents? What would you say to them?
Get educated, really. Because if you do it wrong, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have the right insurance in place, you know, you could screw up your whole life, really. Or at least your bank account, you know, like a deal can go bad. Yeah. So yeah, property is amazing. It's, you know, allowed me a lot of freedom. I'm going to focus on that myself, like moving forward, of course. But yeah, just, I suppose, starting, like, take that leap of faith, you know, rather try it, and if it fails and you've lost 10, 15 grand, you know, it's like, you can earn it back, you know, at least you know that you've actually tried it. I think the biggest regret in a lot of people's lives are not trying, not taking the leap of faith. Exactly. Even if it doesn't happen, at least you know you tried, you know, so you can't blame yourself for something like that.
What's one thing that you didn't realize about rent to rent when you got into it? You were like, oh, fuck, I didn't know this. Like, was there something?
Where do I begin?
Because obviously online and even sometimes when you're in these communities, you feel like it's all easy. You get the investor, for deal sourcing especially, get the investor, get the property, put them together, and that's it. They don't really talk about the moving parts. So what's one thing, rent to rent especially, that, because I know a lot of people that do rent to rent, and they're like, fuck, man, if I was to go back, I wouldn't do it because of these things. Like, what's one of those things for you?
I think it's not, firstly, like, it's a lot harder to set the properties up than you think. If you want to do a good job, you really need to go the extra mile. And you've got like time constraints, you know, so if you don't get it set up in a week's rent-free period or 2 weeks, like, you're losing money. Yeah. So yeah, I've had like literally sleepless nights. Like, it's always the last day is the worst, because everything's come together and it's the final bits and bobs, and like the photographer's booked in. My mom's actually been with me twice. Actually came down to help me set these up, and we had to pull like all-nighters, literally like work throughout the night to like get it all perfect. But it's not passive, you know, unless you got a management company in there. And where I am, like in Brighton, it is seasonal. Like in summer, we're making like 2.5K a month. In winter, you know, if we break an even, like it's a good thing. So, you know, it's hard to rely on it for like your main source of income, unless you got loads and you got some inland, maybe like your target market's different. So if you targeting like business trips. So you get like a 1-bed flat next to like Manchester train station, or like a big. You need to just, I suppose, advertise to like different demographics to kind of target the all year round market. I haven't mastered that yet, but I'm getting into rent to HMOs now.
Okay,
I'll be taking on like 2 or 3 in the next month.
Yeah, that's where you want to be, right?
Yeah, so it's just more consistent, less profit, but more consistent.
Yeah.
And
long term stays, right? What's one quote you live by?
I'm not a quote person, really.
Okay.
But let me think about this. I don't know if it's
Doesn't necessarily have to
corny,
be it doesn't have to be a quote from
I'm
someone.
just saying, like, be friendly to people.
Respect
like
people.
Speak to people. Yeah, be respectful. Just help people when you can. It goes back to just the connections and the relationships. I don't really have a fixed quote.
Because it's important, because the energy that you put in is the energy that you receive. If you're a dick all the time, then you're just going to get that same negative energy back. But if you're positive, that will come back to you.
Yeah. I just before you go there, I just saw my earliest memory was when I was about 4 years old.
Okay.
And we're on the playground. I was at like kindergarten.
Yeah.
And I'm a very sporty person, so I was like one of the best footballers. We call it soccer back in South Africa.
Yeah.
And we were playing like this little game, like with some like 8 kids in the corner, you know what I mean, like of this courtyard. And then there was this like other person that wasn't very, this other kid who wasn't very athletic, and he like wore glasses, and he got bullied quite a lot. You know. And I remember like we did like a penalty shootout thing. And like I purposely like let him win, score, let him win, and everyone was looking at me like, Cam, like how can you let this guy beat you? And like that just I didn't have to do that, I suppose, but like I think that made him feel so good, and that made me feel good for doing that.
You never know what your actions mean to someone else. That could have made his whole day, right? Who's had the biggest significant impact? Who's had the biggest significant impact on your life, and why?
Wow.
Could be multiple people. Doesn't have to necessarily be one.
So I would say like my mom.
Yeah.
For obviously like going through what she's gone through, and being on the straight and narrow now for many years, and being a mom again now, like because they were homeless. My parents were homeless in South Africa for like a couple of years. So like she's gone through the trenches, man. She's amazing. She's a huge role model to me. And then also like my grandmother for taking the kids in, for taking me and my 2 siblings in. She's raised her kids. She was 70 pretty much years old when she decided like it's either us or like foster care. So like I wouldn't be here without her sacrifices.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man. That's really beautiful. Obviously, the podcast is called The Endless Race. We're all running this endless race called life. There's endless failures, endless successes, endless opportunities, endless thoughts. There's always someone above you. There's always someone below you. No matter where you are in your journey, whether you're a multimillionaire, whether you're homeless, there's always someone below you. When you hear the phrase, the endless race, how do you interpret that in terms of life?
So I see it in a positive way. Like you've got a limited time to enjoy yourself. Like don't overthink things. Make as many connections as you can. But the endless race. I think some people would think about it negatively. I would kind of think about the positive aspect. Like you've got an endless time you've got endless opportunities. You've you can take accountability. You can do whatever you want to do theoretically, like if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
And we're so lucky to be in that situation, because some people find it a lot harder, being born in certain places. But just enjoying it, enjoying your journey, enjoying life. If you hate that fucking job and you work in and try something else. Yeah. Don't accept that you're in a position when you can actually change it.
That's so beautiful. And I think so many people do that. They're stuck in the situation because they're scared to take that leap of faith. But just take the leap.
Don't
of faith.
overthink it. Like, yeah,
That's it.
just do it.
Just take that.
Like
jump.
Nike.
Exactly.
Just do it.
Just
Yeah.
do it, man.
Exactly.
Just do it. But Camden, it's been a pleasure. Where can
Thank
the
you,
people
Mario.
find you?
Yeah, on Instagram, Sailor Estates.
Yep.
At Sailor Estates. I'm always happy to help people out with the property scene, or, you know, if someone's feeling lonely, they can give me a call as well.
Sure. Camden, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, brother.
Guys, see you on the next episode. Peace.